Arnold Newman wasn't just a photographer. He was a visual storyteller, a master of composition, and a man who could coax the soul of his subjects into the light. His life was a testament to the idea that greatness isn't just about talent. It's about persistence, curiosity, and sometimes a healthy dose of stubbornness. Born in 1918 in New York City, Arnold Newman grew up in Atlantic City and later Miami Beach, where his family moved when he was young. His father ran a hotel, which meant young Arnold was surrounded by a rotating cast of characters, tourists, performers, salesmen, all of them unknowingly shaping his eye for human expression. He didn't start out wanting to be a photographer. In fact, his first love was painting. He studied art at the University of Miami, but fate and the Great Depression had other plans. When money got tight, Newman dropped out and took a job at a portrait studio in Philadelphia for $16 a week. It was here, in the humblest of settings, that he discovered his true calling. Newman often joked that he stumbled into photography like a man tripping over his own shoelaces. But once he picked up a camera, he never looked back. He had an uncanny ability to see the geometry in chaos, to find the perfect balance between subject and environment. He didn't just take portraits. He crafted them, using every element in the frame to tell a story. His early days were far from glamorous. He worked in cheap studios, photographing babies, families, and the occasional disgruntled businessman who just wanted a simple headshot, nothing fancy. Newman, however, couldn't help himself. Even when clients demanded basic shots, he sneaked in creative angles, dramatic lighting, anything to keep from dying of boredom. One day, after a particularly frustrating session with a customer who hated every artistic choice Newman made, he muttered under his breath, "Some people wouldn't recognize art if it bit them on the nose." His assistant burst out laughing, and from then on it became his unofficial motto. What set Newman apart was his belief that a portrait should reveal something deeper than just a person's face. He called it environmental portraiture, placing his subjects in settings that spoke to who they were. A painter in front of his canvas, a musician with his instrument, a writer surrounded by books. He didn't just want to show people, he wanted to show their world. This approach didn't always go smoothly. Some subjects were baffled by his insistence on rearranging furniture, adjusting lights, or making them stand in odd positions. One famously impatient CEO reportedly grumbled, "I've sat for kings and presidents, and none of them made me stand on a ladder for 20 minutes. Newman, unfazed, replied, "Well, today you're sitting for me, and I promise it'll be worth it." And it was. Newman's career was a masterclass in perseverance. He faced rejection, financial struggles, and the occasional artistic crisis. Early on, a gallery owner told him his work was too unconventional and would never sell. Newman's response? He grinned and said, "Good, that means I'm onto something." He experimented constantly, playing with shadows, reflections, and unusual angles. He once turned an entire room into a makeshift camera obscura just to see what would happen. The result? A mess of light leaks and a very confused landlord. But even his failures taught him something. "If you're not failing," he'd say, "you're not trying hard enough." Even after becoming one of the most celebrated photographers of the 20th century, Newman remained refreshingly humble. He never acted like he had all the answers. In fact, he loved learning from others, whether it was a young student with fresh ideas or a fellow artist with a different perspective. At workshops, he'd often tell aspiring photographers, "The day you think you know everything is the day you become boring." With a mischievous glint in his eye, he'd add, "And nobody wants to be boring, not even accountants." Away from the lens, Newman was a man of dry wit and quiet warmth. He loved jazz, bad puns, and arguing about art over strong coffee. He once joked that his two greatest talents were making pictures and making people late for their next appointment. He also had a deep appreciation for the absurd. Once, while setting up an elaborate shot, a gust of wind knocked over his equipment, sending light stands crashing to the ground. Instead of cursing, he burst out laughing. "Well," he said, dusting himself off, "that's the universe reminding me not to take myself too seriously." Arnold Newman didn't just take photographs. He changed the way we see people. His work proved that a portrait could be more than a likeness. It could be a conversation, a revelation, a piece of art. He passed away in 2006, but his influence lives on in every photographer who dares to look deeper, to push boundaries, and to remember his most important lesson. You don't take a photograph, you make it. And if he were here today, he'd probably add, with that trademark smirk, "And for God's sake, have fun while you're doing it." Arnold Newman's life was a masterpiece of curiosity, resilience, and humor. He showed us that greatness isn't about perfection. It's about passion, experimentation, and the courage to see the world in your own unique way. So the next time you pick up a camera, remember Newman's spirit. Play with light, break the rules, laugh when things go wrong, and above all, make your pictures. Don't just take them. Because that's what Arnold would have done. And he definitely would have made you stand on a ladder for 20 minutes first. So if you like this video, please remember to leave a like. It shows the YouTube algorithm that this video is worthy of showing to others. And if you like film photography related content, videos like these, film photography, cameras, gear, stuff like that, darkroom stuff, please remember to hit the subscribe button. It shows me I make helpful and interesting content. And if you would like to support this channel, help me grow, make more better videos, there is a donation link in the description down below. You can also support me using the support button under the video. And if you would like more bang for your buck, look into channel memberships, where from $1 a month you can see all the videos I make before they go public. So thank you for watching, my friends. Take care and see you in the next video.